We're here at Disney's Animal Kingdom to find out, can we do everything in one day? That's every ride, every show, go shopping, eat some treats. Can we do it all without using Disney Genie Plus? Let's go find out. Hi-ho everybody, this is Rob with Ear Scouts here on a slightly gray holiday weekend morning. It is Saturday of President's Day weekend. The crowds are definitely here. We're here at Animal Kingdom for a rope drop. If you're not familiar with that term, rope drop is basically getting to the park just before it opens. So if you're here as a Disney Resort guest, you can actually get in 30 minutes before a rope drop, but we're not staying at a Disney resort, so we're just coming in with everybody else. The goal of today is to try to do everything in Animal Kingdom in one day. Now, what do we mean by everything? We mean we're gonna ride every ride in the park. We're gonna see every show in the park. We're gonna go shopping and get something to eat or drink in every land. We're gonna see some characters, all of that in one day, and we're gonna do it all without using Disney Genie Plus. Is it possible to do all that in one day? I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not entirely sure, but we're gonna give it our best shot and see what happens. So the first part of trying to do everything in one day is to have a solid strategy. The first part of your strategy is gonna be your rope drop strategy, meaning what do you go do the first moment the park opens. This morning, our rope drop strategy is gonna be to go do Kilimanjaro safaris in Africa. If you are here on early park entry, I'd say you should probably head to Pandora, but we're not, so we're gonna go to Africa. Good morning, Tree of Life. Another important thing to know for rope drop is not every ride is actually open in the early park entry hours. So typically, Kali River Rapids will open a little bit later during the day, and Kilimanjaro safaris will not open until regular park opening time. So while the early park crowds are all going to be filling up the lines in Pandora, they probably won't have gone to Kilimanjaro safaris because it hasn't been opened yet. Looks like we're at a 25-minute wait, and the wait just ticked up from 25 minutes to 35 minutes. So while we're in line, this is probably a good time to give you some cool, interesting facts about Kilimanjaro safaris. Probably my favorite Kilimanjaro safaris fact is that this one ride is actually larger than all of Magic Kingdom. That just blows my mind. The reason for that is because the conservationists and animal wildlife experts who helped Disney to design this park impressed upon them how important it was that all of these animals have their own large environment that was appropriate to them so that they can live as close as they possibly can to how they would live in the wild. Another cool thing about Kilimanjaro safaris is that this was actually Walt's dream for the Jungle Cruise ride. Walt was a huge traveler. He loved animals. He loved going to exotic places. And his vision for the Jungle Cruise in Magic Kingdom was that it would be a place where you could experience all the amazing wild animals that he encountered on his journeys. Of course, they found out pretty quickly that it just wasn't going to be possible. They just didn't have the resources or space or even really the technology at that point to safely take care of the animals. So that got scrapped and we ended up with animatronic animals, which are also cool. But Kilimanjaro Safaris really kind of represents the culmination of Walt Disney's original dream. All right, it's 8:29 and we're off.
Hello guys, and welcome aboard Kilimanjaro Safari.
Well, that was one of the best safaris I have ever been on. I have never seen the lion roar. I've probably been on safari like 50 times and I've seen the lion most times, but I have never actually seen it roar. That was really, really cool. We actually still have a lot left to do here in Africa, but we're gonna come back and do it a little bit later because We've got some rides that the lines are gonna get longer later in the day, and I wanna check those off the list. So we're gonna go from the animals of today to the animals of yesterday. We're headed to Dinoland USA. Minutes, not too bad. 20 minutes is actually not bad at all for this ride. Later today, it's probably going to get up to 60, 70, maybe even 80 minutes. So definitely good to check this one off the list. So this is one of the two classic kind of thrill ride attractions here in Animal Kingdom. The first being Everest, which sadly is my favorite ride in all of Animal Kingdom, and it is closed for like a good long time. I don't think it's opening back until sometime in April. This is going to be our only place today to get our thrills and chills in. It's not really all that scary. I think if you've got little kids, it might be scary to them, but for your bigger kids and adults. Dinoland USA actually has one of the most fully developed backstories of probably any Disney park anywhere. The idea of this land is that this is an area in America where dinosaur fossils were discovered. They created this dinosaur research center that started to attract the interest of tourists. All the things you see in this land have this very elaborate backstory behind them, and it's very, very cool.
Time travelers, place all loose items in the pouch in front of you.
We can check Dinosaur off the list. And while we're over here in Dinoland USA, we're gonna go ahead and check off another one, Triceratop Spin, which is, it's basically Dumbo with dinosaurs. Personally, I think you can improve on the original. Dumbo is Dumbo. Dumbo with dinosaurs is, well, not as good as Dumbo. But on our way to Triceratop Spin, we can take a look at Chester and Hester's and check off shopping from our Dinoland USA list. Chester and Hester's is one of the best themed gift shops in all of Animal Kingdom. It's actually one of my favorite in all of Disney World in terms of theming. The idea of Chester and Hester's is that in this area where dinosaurs were discovered, there was an old couple named Chester and Hester that had a gas station in that area. With all the dino hysteria that came with the discovery of the fossils, Chester and Hester decided they were going to cash in and turn their gas station into a roadside attraction. And that basically is what Dinoland USA is that roadside attraction created by Chester and Hester. This gift shop is basically what used to be their gas station. This store used to sell a lot of really cool, very dinosaur-specific stuff. Over the years, it has kind of morphed into more of just a generic Disney gift shop. They still have some fun dinosaur stuff, but for the most part, it's kind of the same Disney souvenirs you're going to find at most of the other gift shops. Triceratop Spin. Let's do a quick time check. It is 9:30 right now. We're in line for Triceratop Spin. We got a posted 10-minute wait. I think it's probably going to end up being more like 5 or 6, which is good because we still got a lot to get through. Well, that was about a 9-minute wait. Not too bad. We are now on board our magical flying Triceratops. Let's go for a spin. Triceratop Spin, check. So we still got a couple more things to do here in Dinoland USA, but I think we're gonna do those when we come back to see KiteTails later today. Animal Kingdom does not have a big nighttime fireworks spectacular. They do have those projections on the tree, and they also have a kite show called KiteTails that plays here in Dinoland USA. We still got a few more things to do in Dinoland, including that show, but the show doesn't start till later, so we're gonna go get some other stuff done and come back to Dinoland to finish things off. All right, we have been to Africa, we have been to the USA, and now we are off to Asia. definitely recommend doing Kali River Rapids in the morning when it first opens. It usually opens a little after the park around 10 a.m. It is right before 10 a.m. right now. It does look like it's already open with only a 5-minute wait, so let's go check Kali River Rapids off the list. Now comes the requisite moment where I stare longingly at Everest and miss it. This challenge is actually going to be a lot harder when Everest reopens. That's fine with me, because it's my favorite ride in all of Disney World, and I can't wait for it to come back. Good morning, Asia. This is another beautifully themed area. Another reason you should not try to do what we're doing today is you miss out on so many of the beautiful details that make this park so great. When you're rushing from ride to ride, you don't really have time to kind of take in the atmosphere and all of the amazing work that the Imagineers put into this land. 5-minute standby wait, that is perfect. If you've never been on Kali River Rapids, it's basically one of those classic water raft ride attractions. If you were expecting Disney to really kick this up a notch and be way, way cooler than any other water raft style attraction you've been on, you might be a little disappointed. It's actually not one of their best rides. The ride is just not all that exciting. The queue, however, is gorgeous. Well, I would say we timed that one perfectly. Here we go. We are freshly soaked from Kali River Rapids. It is now 10:15 a.m. The lines are starting to creep up on everything. So I think we're going to switch gears now and head into a show. Over here in Asia, there is a show with trained birds that do tricks and get up to hijinks called Feathered Friends in Flight. And we're just in time to see it. So let's go check it out. So it is now 10:55 a.m. We have finished our first show, and now it is time to get something to eat. One of my favorite places to eat in all of Animal Kingdom is Nomad Lounge. It's kind of hard to get a seat in there unless you're there right when they first open, and luckily for us, it is about that time right now. It's a party on Discovery Island! I guess we can take a moment to do the Macarena before we go get something to eat. It is 11:15 and we are bellied up at the bar here at Nomad Lounge. It's a little early for a drink right now, so we're just going to get some of their famous churros. If you're a fan of churros, these are among the best you will ever have. There they are. The most delicious churros in all of Disney World. So they come with two sauces. You've got the chili strawberry and the vanilla bean. Actually, they're gluten-free churros, surprisingly enough. So freaking good. Well, that was a delicious snack. We've now done our treat here at Discovery Island, so let's go check some of our other Discovery Island things off the list. We've had something to eat, but we still got to do some shopping here. We've also got to check out the trails around the Tree of Life here behind me. And there's a show slash ride. I mean, it's listed in the list of rides, but it's really more of a show. And that's It's Tough to Be a Bug, the Bugs Life show. The wait time for that is right around 20 minutes right now, which isn't too terrible, so might as well go ahead and check that one off the list. One of my favorite things about doing It's Tough to Be a Bug is actually the queue. The line goes around the Tree of Life, and it is one of the most beautiful views you can get of Tree of Life. So even if you're not a super big fan of A Bug's Life, the show doesn't excite you all that much, it might actually be worth coming to do this just to walk through the queue and check out these views of the Tree of Life. Alright, so there is no videotaping in this particular show, so we'll see you guys on the other side. So sadly, we're not allowed to film in that attraction, so I can't show you how cute it is, but there is an amazing hopper animatronic that is well worth checking out. Even if you're not a huge fan of A Bug's Life, just seeing that animatronic is worth it. So right now, it's a little afternoon, which is pretty much peak crowd time for the day. The lines are gonna be about as long now as they're gonna be for the rest of the day. So this is a good time for us to knock off some other things from our list. There's a lot of really great walking trails where you can check out some amazing animals here in Animal Kingdom. So let's go check some of those out now. An important thing to note when you're trying to do everything in Animal Kingdom is these trails. If you're gonna do these trails, they close a little bit earlier than the rest of the park. So you definitely wanna prioritize those earlier in the day. We're gonna go ahead and knock out the Tree of Life Garden, which is the trail here on Discovery Island. There's still two more we're gonna do, one in Asia, one in Africa, but we're gonna check this one off of our list. The Tree of Life Garden doesn't have quite as many animals as the other trails, but you do get spectacular views of the tree itself. As a bonus in the Tree of Life Garden, you get to see the amazing, the stupendous, the 8th wonder of the world, the backside of water. All right, Tree of Life Garden, our first trail checked off the list. Let's go ahead and check off our shopping spree here in Discovery Island. We're gonna go to Discovery Trading Company. So Discovery Trading Company is essentially like the Emporium in Magic Kingdom. It's the largest store here in Animal Kingdom. It's where you're gonna find all of your souvenirs and general Disney merch. Maybe President's Day weekend, but it is still Christmas at Disney World. And actually, none of this is on sale, believe it or not. While you can find some Animal Kingdom specific stuff in here, it's really just kind of more general Disney merch. I think you're better off if you want something that's unique to Animal Kingdom, hitting up some of the smaller shops, which we'll do a little later in the video. And it's deja vu all over again. We are right back where we started this morning. We're at the Oasis because there are some things to do here in the Oasis that we need to check off of our list. The Oasis does have some animal exhibits to check out. And of course, we've got to get a treat and we got to do some shopping. So let's finish Oasis and get it off our list. If you guys are enjoying this, please, please, please like this video and be sure you subscribe to our channel because we're going to be doing this in all of the Disney parks. Animal Kingdom is first, but we're going to do this next in Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and finally the big kahuna, Magic Kingdom. We're going to see if we can do everything in Magic Kingdom in one day. So if you want to see that video, make sure you subscribe. We're now going to do something that I actually would not recommend that you do, and that is we're going to get something at Rainforest Cafe. So remember, the rules of our challenge are that we need to eat something in every land of the park. This is the Oasis. It is a land technically, and there is something that we can eat and drink here. That is Rainforest Cafe. So the reason I say you shouldn't do this is because, I mean, it's Rainforest Cafe. You can actually find this in lots of cities around the country. But since we've got to check it off our list, we're gonna unwind with a glass of wine and enjoy the scenery. All right, there's our food or drink from the Oasis. Cheers. So this is a different kind of shopping you can do when you're here at Disney World. It's pin trading. Just bring your official Disney pins to one of these pin trading stations and you can trade it out for a new one. This is kind of one of the newest pin trading things going on here at Disney World. It's the mystery pin box. You can pick 2 numbers, and if you like what you see in one of those 2 boxes, you can trade your pin for what's inside that box. All right, I think I'm gonna do number 11 and number 13. Oh, wow.
And number 13.
Oh, we are keeping number 11 for sure. Here's my pin that I am trading in. And the idea is you want to keep your pin back and you'll trade this in. And then we get our new pin. Thank you so much. These animal exhibits are really what Animal Kingdom is all about. So I'm glad we made time to come back here and check these out here in the Oasis. This is the perfect time to do it because right now the park is packed and it's a great time to work in these things that don't really have a line involved, that you can just take your time and enjoy. Now we're going to check out the Babirusa. I have no idea how to say that properly. Oh, there he is. There he is. He's actually asleep under that little rock overhang. And here we find some of my favorite Disney animals, the Disney ducks. If you've never checked it out on Instagram, Disney ducks actually have a huge following. So if you're a fan of Disney and a fan of ducks, check it out. All right, next we're going to check out the Reeves Muntjac, which is a really beautiful, tiny deer. There she is. Wow. If you are lucky as you're passing through the Oasis, you might get to see one of the coolest characters in all Disney World. It is Divine, the human vine, and we are lucky today. Divine is looking fabulous as always. And with that, we have reached a major milestone. We can actually check off the first land from our list today. We have done everything in the Oasis. Celebration of Festival of the Lion King is definitely the best show to see here in Animal Kingdom. Because of that, there can be a bit of a wait getting in, so we're gonna head over there now and make sure we can get a seat. What a difference a few hours make. This morning it was gray and misty, and now the sky is blue and beautiful. So we've got a little bit of time before the show starts, so let's go ahead and get shopping and a treat out of the way here in Africa. For shopping, you definitely want to hit Mombasa Marketplace. It's the main store in Africa. In addition to having traditional Disney souvenirs, they also have some really cool African handicrafts. Now this is not something you're going to find in all the other Disney gift shops, that's for sure. The section of African handicrafts is really unique to Mombasa Marketplace and makes this worth a visit. So when you're about to get in line at Festival of the Lion King, if you have time, definitely swing here to Harambe Fruit Market, get yourself some corn on the cob. I know you're thinking, why would I go to Animal Kingdom and just get corn on the cob? I mean, I can get corn on the cob at home. This is magical corn on the cob. The spices, the butter, the grilled perfection of it. This is delicious corn on the cob, and it is one of the tastiest things in all of Animal Kingdom. Jumbo, y'all. This corn on the cob is magic. Now let's go see Festival of the Lion King. That show never gets old. It is amazing. You've got singing, you've got dancing, you've got your favorite characters from The Lion King, your favorite songs from The Lion King. There's fire juggling, there's puppets, there's amazing costumes. Seriously, it is an over-the-top, amazing show, and you have to make it part of your Animal Kingdom day. Time check, right now we're at 2:30. I'm gonna feel a lot better if we can check a few more things off of our list here in Africa, so let's head on over to Rafiki's Planet Watch and take the train to Conservation Station. As you might have guessed from the name, a big part of Rafiki's Planet Watch and the conservation station is learning about conservation and protecting the planet. There's even an animal hospital, which you might think this was just sort of a set or something that was put here to look like an animal hospital, but I've actually been here when they were doing procedures. So this is a real working animal hospital right here in the middle of Animal Kingdom. So this is the most famous resident of the affection section. This is Charlotte. Charlotte was actually used as the original model for Pua in the movie Moana. Also here at the conservation station is the animation experience, where you can learn to draw a Disney character from an actual Disney animator. We're not going to be doing the animation experience today because, well, it's not a ride and it's not a show. It's kind of more of a class, so it doesn't technically fit into the list of things that we've decided we're going to set out to do today. And, well, we've got enough stuff on our list as it is. So let's take the train back to Harambe and get on to our next adventure. All right, it is 3:20 and we are back in the village of Harambe, and we only have one thing left to do and we can cross Africa off our list, and that is Gorilla Falls. Oh, what a spectacular way to spend an afternoon. That was awesome. Check Gorilla Falls off the list, and that means we can actually check all of Africa off the list because we did everything we set out to do in Africa today. Next up, Asia. Let's stop off here at Mr. Kamal's and get our snack from Asia. Mr. Kamal's really only has two things on the menu. They've got their chicken dumplings and they've got their fries. They are legendary for their fries because they are perfectly seasoned with a delicious spice blend, and then they come with unique dipping sauces. There's a curried honey mustard and a sriracha ketchup, and they are both delicious. As if this meal couldn't get any better, here's Mickey and Minnie. Man, we are getting so lucky. Not only are we eating these delicious fries with this amazing view, we just had two different character boats come through. We saw Launchpad McQuack with Donald and Daisy, and now we just saw Mickey, Minnie, and Pluto. So all in all, this has been a perfect snack stop this afternoon. Man, those fries really hit the spot. I feel recharged, refreshed, and ready for a jungle trek. Maharajah Jungle Trek, check. That's the last of the trails we had to do today, so we only actually have one more thing left to do here in Asia, and then we can check Asia off the list, so let's go do it. Look at how beautiful she is. Cannot wait for this ride to reopen. Just because we can't ride Everest doesn't mean we can't get a little taste of Everest. We're gonna head to Serka Zong Bazaar, which is the Everest gift shop. So you're mainly going to find Expedition Everest souvenirs here, things featuring the Yeti or your expedition gear. But you can also find some Asian-inspired clothing, mainly for women. We had a snack here at Mr. Kamal's, and now we have shopped at Serka Zong Bazaar, so we can check Asia off the list. All right, I think it's time to eat again. We're gonna head back into Dinoland USA. We're gonna eat at Restaurantosaurus. The idea of Restaurantosaurus is that it is a restaurant run by the grad students from the Dino Institute. It's kind of like a cross between a restaurant and a frat house. So the food here at Restaurantosaurus is basically your typical theme park fare. You're gonna find, hey, you're gonna find lots of hamburgers, hot dogs, some salads. We're actually gonna try to do a little bit healthier here because we've been eating so much junk today. We're gonna have a Cobb salad, but we're also gonna do what Disney calls a kids Disney check meal. Now, what Disney check means is that it's a healthy meal, that a panel of nutritionists have agreed that this is a good meal for a kid to enjoy. Anybody can order these meals though, they're not just for kids. The salad's pretty good. Not amazing, but not too bad. It's kind of a chilled grilled chicken as opposed to the hot grilled chicken that came with the kids check meal. I think I would like it a lot better if they just put that kids check chicken on there so you had some hot chicken to go with the salad. Restaurantosaurus, check. That means we only have one thing left to do in Dinoland USA, and that's KiteTails. So let's go check out the show. KiteTails. It's not my personal favorite Disney show. I think if you really love kites, or you're a big fan of like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, probably you'll get a kick out of KiteTails. But not for me. And with that, check Dinoland USA off the list. All we have left is Pandora and the show in Discovery Island, which is Tree of Life Awakenings. That doesn't start until after dark, so I'm feeling pretty good about this day. I think we got this in the bag. Even when I'm not doing a challenge, I always like to end my night at Animal Kingdom here in Pandora. This land is so much more beautiful at night. It is definitely the best time to experience it. Coming up on Navi River Journey, 70 minutes. This is officially the longest wait time of the day, but hey, we only got 2 rides left, so I'd say that's pretty good. Was amazing. We've still got 3 things left to do here in Pandora. First stop is the snack. We're gonna do Pongu Pongu. We're gonna get a night blossom. So I've had pretty much everything at Pongu Pongu except for the night blossom. I've never tried this before and pretty excited to try it out actually. Layers of apple and desert pear limeade topped with passion fruit boba balls. Those boba balls just explode in your mouth, which is kind of fun. It tastes like kind of a berry limeade slushy, but with like way more syrup than you would normally get. The flavor is super strong. It's very sweet, but it's also very delicious. I would definitely get this again, especially on a hot day. All right, so it is just before 7:30. We've still got 3 things left to do. We've got to do our shopping here in Pandora, which is going to be Windtraders. That's the gift shop for Flight of Passage. We've also got to go see the projections on the Tree of Life. And of course, the biggest thing we have left to do, Flight of Passage itself. We're going to do Flight of Passage very, very last, because as long as we're in line by 7:59, we'll get to ride that ride. That gives us about 20 minutes to do our shopping and go check out the projections on the Tree of Life, so let's get going. Windtraders is the gift shop for Flight of Passage, and what they are definitely most known for are shoulder banshees. So these little guys can sit on your shoulder. They're robotically operated by this little mechanism, and they are super cool. Do I need Navi ears? I think maybe this is not the look for me. And with that, shopping is done, our treat is done. All we have left in Pandora is Flight of Passage. But before we do that, I think we're gonna head back over to the Tree of Life. We are literally right on time for the show. There's actually a whole series of projections, so if you want to hang out by the Tree of Life at the end of the night, you can catch several shows. I think there's like 4 or 5 usually, and they just kind of repeat every 10 to 15 minutes. Now that we've seen the projection show, we have now done everything on Discovery Island, so another land gets checked off. We only have one land left. That is Pandora. All we have left in Pandora is Flight of Passage. Let's go do it. Even if you don't finish your night at Pandora, you should definitely swing by on your way out of the park just to check out the bioluminescent forest. It is spectacular. All right, looks like a posted 95-minute wait. Normally, I do find that the wait times that are posted at the end of the night tend to be a little bit inflated. All right, so we're actually in the cave portion of the queue now. There is no way this is actually a 95-minute wait. I think this might be more like a 25-30-minute wait, which is awesome.
Her name is Kathy. Very inquisitive, yes. Very
Well,
much inquisitive to our technology.
Sivako, Kathy.
Sivako, and enjoy your flight.
Sivako to you as well. Thank you. All right, so we are about 25 minutes into the wait, and we are here in the lab section. About to go say hello to Hank in the tank. What's up, Hank?
Okay, first we need to find the compatible match of your genetic material with the genetic material of one of the avatar bodies that we already have. Once we do that, you'll be able to link to that avatar and fly.
Definitely the most exhilarating way to end your night at Animal Kingdom. I love that ride so much. All right, and with that, we can put a check mark next to Flight of Passage, a check mark next to Pandora, and a check mark next to our entire challenge. We did it. We rode every ride, we saw every show, we ate in every land, we went shopping in every land, we met characters, we did it all today, and we didn't have to use Disney Genie Plus. So I call that a big win. Well, folks, that is a wrap on our crazy, insane, amazing day here at Animal Kingdom. We had so much fun doing this. I hope you guys had fun following along. If you did, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel, because we're going to be doing this same challenge in all the other Disney parks. We're going to be doing it at Hollywood Studios. We're going to be doing it at Epcot. We're even going to be doing this at Magic Kingdom. We're going to try to do everything there is to do in Magic Kingdom in one day. So if you want to follow along with that, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Until next time, don't forget to think happy thoughts, everybody. We'll see you again real soon.